Time to peak as a powerlifter is such a valuable piece of information to track, okay? I do it with a lot of my athletes, but there's also a lot of athletes that I do not heavily rely on a time to peak with. And this is because of two reasons. Number one, how good an athlete is at pacing in the block, how good an athlete is at gauging RPE will highly dictate that. And then the second thing is their technique consistency. These two things will heavily dictate and influence a time to peak or how quick you run out of steam in a block, for a squat, a bench, or a deadlift. If you have poor technique, it's not repeatable, it's not consistent. Week in, week out, you're getting a different stimulus. You're picking up different amounts of fatigue in different joints at different times, and there's no pattern. So where you finish in terms of how much weeks it takes you to reach a certain amount of fatigue, it's going to be different every block due to that inconsistent technique. The second thing is block pacing. So if you aren't amazing at, choosing loads, gauging your RPE, you might be starting out blocks too light, you might be starting out some blocks too heavy. And by the end of that block, that 4th, 5th, or 6th week, you're ending in a different position due to the pacing strategy to get there and the amount of fatigue you're taking into those final weeks. So those are two big things that heavily influence time to peak. I use it with a lot of my athletes and I love it for them, but I feel a lot of athletes that don't have those two prerequisites linked and kind of nailed in, it can be very misleading.